Welcome to English Total Grammar Lessons. Chapter 17, Past Perfect Continuous. Don't forget we upload content for you to improve your English regularly, so please hit like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos. Go grab a cup of coffee and let's start. This time we're going to be talking about the past perfect continuous. And as always, we'll start by talking about how you can use it in conversation. We can use the past perfect continuous to talk about activities or events which had been in progress before other actions or events in the past. Here's a good example.
I had been waiting for 2 hours when she finally showed up. The nerve.
Well, tough luck. Okay, let's talk about sentence structure. This is the structure for sentences in the past, perfect continuous. As you can see, first there's the subject, followed by the verb had, then the form been, and finally the main verb in ing form. At this point you're probably familiar with how sentences are formed in English. In order to make sentences negative, simply place not after the verb had, or you can also use the contraction hadn't, as we discussed in other videos. Let's consider the context for the right use of the past perfect continuous for a second. First, look at this timeline. You can see we have two events that happened last night. One at 9 o'clock. The other at 9:30. We can use the past perfect continuous to say the following.
We had been waiting for 30 minutes when our order finally arrived.
As you can see, the focus is on duration in the past. Here's some more examples.
My hands were dirty because I had been fixing my bike.
John had been working all day, so he was tired.
Just like the past perfect continuous makes it easy to establish the sequence and duration of past events. Okay, on to question formation now. As usual. This is the structure for questions in the past, perfect continuous. To form a question, start with the verb had, followed by the subject, then the form been, and finally the main verb in ing form. Nothing new really, don't you think? Here is one example to see how this works.
Had the manager been speaking for long when you showed up?
Well, he had been speaking for about 10 minutes.
Remember, you can always use short answers like we've seen before. Finally, let's have a look at one of the most common uses for the past perfect continuous. As we mentioned in the previous chapter, this is one of the 4 narrative tenses, along with the past simple, the past continuous, and the past perfect. Here's one example in which you can see how these tenses can work together to explain what happened at work, for instance. Listen to this.
We were working hard to finish the project on time when Mr. Robbins checked in on us. We told him we had been working on it for several months and we were all very tired, but we had finally done it.
Mr. Robbins was very happy, I'm sure. Now you see how you can use the past perfect continuous, along with other tenses to describe easily and clearly how events happened in the past. Cool, huh? Something to keep in mind like we said in our last video. Okay, let's recap. Today you have learned that the past perfect continuous allows you to describe activities or events which had been in progress before other actions or events in the past. You have also learned how you can use the past perfect continuous, along with other narrative tenses to tell stories in the past, adding much more detailed information about the events that took place. It's a great tool for conversation, as you can see. Well, that's all for today. Don't forget to try the quick test posted in the comment section down below. It's absolutely free and we don't collect any data. If you have any ideas to help us improve, let us know in the comment section. We really appreciate your feedback. Thanks for watching. This is the end of chapter 17.